Hi, and welcome back to Mountain Craft Appalachia. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. And we're here to make vanilla. There are two kinds of vanilla. There's Southern style, and then there's the kind of vanilla made with white liquor. This is Southern style, which the next video will be about. Gets very dark, has a different kind of flavor just because of the bourbon or whiskey of choice that you use. Very good for barbecue sauces and other Southern style cooking. The vanilla we're going to make today is like the baking vanilla that you'll buy in the store. This is imitation. This is only a cup, so you're paying $4 to $5 for a cup of imitation, and real vanilla costs even more than that. So we figured out how to make our own up here. You take the clear liquor of your choice. I like to use vodka because it doesn't leave any kind of aftertaste. Very good type of vanilla to use for baked goods. We use Madagascar vanilla beans because they're the strongest, have the strongest vanilla flavor. These you can buy in the store. This gets a little expensive, so you can order it offline a lot cheaper, and you can buy them in bulk. And we make a lot of it to use and give it away as gifts, so we buy it in bulk. Very simple process. You take the beans, you buy the vanilla beans. Okay. Wash out your container. Always make sure it's nice and clean. I like using mason jars because it gives it kind of an old-timey look. But you can use other jars like these. You can buy at craft stores. If they're corked, you can dip them in wax and seal them up. I also have a label made to put on mine that I give away, which makes it kind of nice. So it kind of personalizes your already homemade vanilla. This is an old perfume bottle. This is a yard sale find, so you can get bottles anywhere, but as long as they're cleaned out and sealed up well, and you can put anything any kind of label you want on it. Okay, the process of making the vanilla. Clean your jar, have it ready. Okay. This is a vanilla bean, and I've split it. You take 1 inch from the top of the bean, and you split the bean all the way down. And you do this for all the beans. So this one hasn't been split, so let me do it and show you. Now be careful. You must have a sharp knife, but sometimes these get a little tricky to cut. So you slice that bean straight down like that. See that? And what that does is that opens the bean up for the alcohol to get in and extract the sugars to make the vanilla. Okay, then what you do is you take your split beans and you put them in the jar. This is a pint recipe, so you use a pint of alcohol, clear alcohol of your choice, whether homemade or store-bought. You put the beans in the jar. At a minimum, there should be 4 to 6 beans in the jar. The more beans in the jar, the more vanilla flavor. But I find that 4 to 6 beans work well. You take your clear liquor of choice. This happens to be vodka, store-bought. And you fill it up. Like I said, this is a pint recipe. So pour the alcohol in the jar. And I was a Navy cook, so I was learned clean as you go. So put the lid on. Now when you put the lid on, put it on snug. That way nothing comes out, but don't over tighten it. because over time the sugars will come out of the beans, mix with the alcohol to make the vanilla, and will stick seal your jar lids and make it hard to get off. So every now and again when you shake it, kind of break the seal and snug it back up just to make sure of that. Okay, well, right there is your vanilla. Your vanilla beans with your alcohol. Now time does the rest. This is vodka vanilla, and this has been bottled up to give away, but this is the color it'll get. It won't get as dark as the Southern style, and if you can see the difference, the Southern style is very dark. Both two different flavors, totally different flavors. So you take this and you put it down in the a dark, cool place. We like to put it in the cellar, or you can put it underneath the sink. Put them back in the jar box like I do, and you let it set for 2 to 3 months. I recommend 2 to 3 months. The longer this sets, the better it gets. Next, you'll see things floating around. I don't know if you can see that with this. You'll see a little particles floating around. Don't worry about that. That's the vanilla working. Those are the vanilla, that's the sugars coming out of the vanilla bean working with the alcohol. Now, when you give this to a friend, you'll have to explain that to them, because when they go to use this, sometimes some of that will come out into whatever they're cooking. So, some folks strain it. I like to take coffee filters and strain my vanilla through the coffee filter before I bottle it, or you can use cheesecloth or anything that you strain other things with, like for canning, to get the floating material out of there, because some people don't understand. So that's regular vanilla. Thank you for Mountain Craft Appalachia, and watch for part 2, Southern style.